Hi guys, Alex Peak Performance Reviews. Welcome to another vlog and welcome to another, it should be a quick video really, just a kind of update. I've been a bit quiet on probably socials in general. I've always got a story to kind of share, but in general, maybe my long form stuff has been a little bit lax of late. The reason why, just got a lot going on, nothing major or bad, just life, life is life and just stuff's happening. Nothing major, again, like I say, nothing major at all. Just found myself very busy with running. I've got really into running, half marathon training. I know it's boring for typical, normal petrol heads, but the car in the Supra in the background is still very much with me. And I think that's why I wanted to do this video. I haven't done many videos of late, like I say, long form stuff, done some short form stuff, but I thought I'd update you on a few things and what's kind of happening with the Supra and my plans, because obviously it's now, March, it's just come March, and like I say, the weather's just starting to get really nice. At the end of the day, this kind of car, you can take it out in any weathers, and I keep it taxed and insured. But to be honest with you, this time of year, winter year, months in the UK is not very nice. It's horrible. There's crap on the road. It's icy still, but the weather's just starting to turn better again in the UK, and it's beautiful. So I was going to go out, and I might still go out for a little small drive, but I won't take the camera on this run because there's a lot of stuff loose in the car, and it needs sorting out. So I might just give it a little stretch its legs a tiny bit without filming it, because everything, like I say, looks really untidy in there. I'm fitting a boost gauge to this at the moment, and there will be a separate video for that, but I just wanted to update you on a few things more than anything. So let's get into it. So light this side is not the best, but what is going on with the car? Well, I've got plans. First and foremost, there's a few, in general, the bodywork on a car this age is very decent. There's a few bits here and there, blemishes. I want to probably tail end of this year, probably winter, go through like what I kind of need to tidy up in terms of a few bits of paintwork. So that's going to be like a winter part of the project, so to speak, with this. In general, I want to kind of go to town and do a bit more of the lighting mods in the sense of making this even lighter for kind of track use and good road fun use. This side skirt's really beat up. You'll see actually in here it looks really not beat up, but everything's out. The front fascia and panels need a little bit of tidying up and redoing by someone who really knows what they're doing. I think I tried doing some stuff with it. You probably see in my videos, like if you have followed me for a while, and I've done a really shit job. At the end of the day, it's not my kind of forte. I'm not good at that kind of thing. But all the same, the panel of that is out, and we're fitting a boost gauge. It's a Turbo Smart 2-bar. It will, we will run a little bit over that, but it doesn't matter if it goes over, it kind of will go over. It's just to give us a guide for sometimes more than anything the low boost settings really. So I've got all my kind of electrical equipment, taking all these panels out, and I'm just literally wiring this at the moment. That'll be finished up probably today, if I'm honest, which then leads me on to other stuff and plans. So let's open this up. So engine wise, I suppose I can have an update, because there was a video that I probably should have done and I didn't do. The intercooler, you'll probably see, anyone who will know and follow the channel will know that I've got a big intercooler, like in terms of width and size, very decent size, but it's the core width more than anything that is huge. We've got a I think it's a Wagner core, 6.5 inch core in there. Sorry, 5.5 inch. It's literally it starts kind of there, and you can almost see it just through that panel. It goes all the way back about here, very deep, very huge core, good to support kind of 15, 16, 1700 kind of horsepower kind of core. You could run a bit more than that, but I think safely running really good kind of hard, with hard pushes, that'll run 1700 horsepower easy. And what we've been doing with that is we've basically sorted it out. It was, I think some bracketry on the bottom had broke, and it had done, it had caused all manner of havoc basically to this car. it pushed out the intercooler this side, but then to be fair, it's never fitted well anyway. We've kind of rushed it a little bit. The right hand side panel parts of the intercooler piping was actually so far over this way before it turns up and comes up here, that it was kind of over here in the arch underneath here, and on partial to near full lock. The wheel would be like obviously rotating on a turn, and it was wearing away. Basically, the tyre was hitting the actual intercooler piping. Belt sanded it and then basically caused a massive boost leak issue, which we have had for quite a while. Myself and Gianni came down here, especially Gianni from TalkSport. Put the links in the bio. He's a good lad. He's my nephew. He basically, we just still need to repaint some of this, but he's refabbed, and there is some ugly bits there that we need to sort out and cut and polish off and sort out. But basically, we redone all of this side, intake side, intercooler piping, so it's got better bends, nice and not tighter, nice flowing bends, and it's miles away from basically anywhere near the tyre now. So we've got loads more clearance. It sits in a better place. The brackets are more industrial, proper welded by a welder who's Gianni is a welder by trade, so it's been properly done. So everything's really sweet and nice. So intercooler's all sorted. Which means that we're running perfect boost, hence, but I wanted to have a proper boost gauge. I've got all manner of ways of kind of monitoring boost and pressure, but visually, I've always been like, I don't need a gauge because I've got an amazing Syvecs and it does all that, and I've just for a few years not had a boost gauge, which is stupid really, because as you're turning and changing the cows, you want to kind of see what you're running. So I thought that I would get a decent boost gauge, so I've done that, and we're fitting it at the moment. With that, what else more is there to say? Well, power-wise, we're not going any more power this year. We talked about it, didn't we? But we're not going to. I think I never got a chance to even really run this turbo on more than base boost, or one boost setting, one for pump fuel and race fuel. So it's really pointless me kind of not having a chance to really push this to its limit, or that turbo to its limit, and the power that I had at my beck and call first. So like I say, I've felt effectively 800 to 900 horsepower. This runs 1251 horsepower, so it'd be silly not to be able to turn this up and enjoy high boost on a very high spooling turbo. But we have got plans for the future. Over the winter, almost certainly this year, I am going to go for a bigger turbo and give it a full send and look for 1500-ish, maybe 1600 horsepower, somewhere thereabouts, with a new special next-gen turbo, which I'll tell you about in the future this year for sure. Other things we need to do, not really much really. I want to give this a good clean up. You'll see actually the boost, turbo boost piping just there, which is ready for tapping into one of these lines somewhere, boost or vac lines, or boost lines. So we'll tap into that with the T, which we've got inside. And other than that, what else have we got? Lots more really. I have a lightweight fiberglass bonnet, which I need to put on the car. It's not going to necessarily run that bonnet all the time, but it's going to have a hole cut in the top, and then we've got this stubby L pipe look basically. So you've got basically coming straight off the turbo a little L pipe that will come straight through my spare, which would be my spare bonnet. So you can spit flames out of there, and it'll be brilliant, more for kind of racing occasions. And then other than that, I've got lots of more for kind of track biased and base stuff. I've got loads of rear suspension components, like every single rear suspension component other than the shock stroke coilovers. Everything else on the back is going to be replaced with some really high-end hard race stuff. The car is already fully polybush. It's ready to kind of, and it's got obviously the roll cage in it, a full roll cage in it, which is FIA approved roll cage. So it's ready to really give a send round track. I've got a little leak from the fuel pressure, the fuel filter housing, and it's because it wasn't done up very well. I kind of had a lunch break up here once, and I was doing quite a few things, and I did that. Didn't have a really good spanner for the where I needed to get in. I just need to take that almost out of its bracket and do it up first somewhere really good, and then put it back in, because it was just leaking. And I think that leak has caused a minor fuel pressure issue. We were chasing a fuel pressure issue before, and it was the pump, basically a failure or a failing pump, and then it completely failed. So we've had some kind of fuel flow issues. We may have compensated for that, and Raychem may have done some stuff. So basically it needs to have a little look at the map. It seems to be running really well. Every time I come up here, it seems to fire up straight away. I just want to sort out that leak. So other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And the rear suspension stuff, try and get that done before the start of the season as well, or I call it season, which for me runs around this kind of time in the UK, March, middle of March to, you know, back end of summer. So looking forward to getting this out. Should we give it a little start up before we sign off? Let's give it a start up. I love this car. The anti-lag basically this car has got anti-lag. I think at the moment, I think Raychem, when I first got it back, I think switched it off. So I need to kind of switch it back on. It's also got rolling anti-lag, which I just need to put on a button, and then we're ready to kind of go. And I think that will benefit. It's not laggy, but in my kind of 100 to 200 times, which I think my best on low boost is about 5.7, which ain't bad for a 6-speed car that you've actually got to row the gears, and it's got flat shift, which it did have flat shift in the 5.7, but I think for the start of it more than anything, that's where I'm losing the time. So I think rolling anti-lag will help. It'll probably mean that I can probably negate one gear change, which would be quite nice. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting out in this car a lot more. And with that, I'm pretty much really excited for getting this car out. It hasn't been out loads last year, but it definitely got quite a run out. I've probably done a good couple of 2,000-3,000 miles in it, and I want to do much of the same with this. Try and enjoy the boost and turn it up a lot more this time around, and just enjoy it. Really make the most of this shortish summer that we get in the UK, and bringing you some better, more juicier videos on it, because I think I've done one real drive out or a couple of drive out videos, but not enough. So I want to do some more drive out videos, maybe some reaction videos with the car, because I love this car. It's not going anywhere. RS3 plans, not really much. I've done a lot with that. I'm going to try and do a track day in a month or two in the RS3, so I'll be doing some track stuff with that as well. Excited. Our little classic mini will be out in that. I don't know whether I'll do much videos in that. I always do the odd video in that. And obviously there's lots of car reviews coming. I have a big media manufacturer launch test day where I'm going to be driving lots of different cars, as I always do through different parts of the year. Winter's always a quiet month for me, so thanks for sticking with us. It is, like I say, it is really, really quite a month for us for long form stuff. But loads of car shows planned. Let us know in the comment section what shows you're thinking of going to, and what shows I'll tell you what shows I'm thinking of going to, and tell me maybe where you think I should go with the Supra and any of our other cars. And as always, if you do see us at a show, make sure you come and say hello. And yeah, just can't wait for the season ahead. What are you most excited about this year to do and car-wise do or go to? I always love Goodwood, but I may not do Goodwood Festival Speed this year. I'm not sure. Might give it a miss this year, even though I love it normally. But yeah, I'm going to look to attend lots of car shows with the Supra. For those who are fairly new to the channel, if you don't know, this basically is almost like it's track spec. The car's got big Nankan AR1s, the newest gen AR1s on. They're not that long fitted. It's got big ass stop tech 14-inch brake discs with 6-pot calipers on the front, and on the rear we've got a large K-Sport kit. It's a 13.8-inch rear disc kit with I think a 4-pot caliper on the rear as well, so it's got real good braking. Full cage inside, lightweight car. This is a J-Spec, so it starts life at kind of a J-Spec RZ or RZS. Used to have the active spoiler on the bottom, and it basically has a gutted out interior, lots of carbon fibre, lots of titanium. Again, if you haven't seen it, loads of real carbon fibre everywhere. There's so much. Even intake, this is real carbon fibre, carbon fibre. It's everywhere. It's basically everywhere. And there's loads of little hardware that I've changed to titanium as well. So the car's been gone to town with, gutted out inside, full FIA approved Cusco cage, polybushed all round, a lot of track related suspension components, Roby spec special custom KWV3s with custom springs, custom progressive springs, custom pillar ball mounts all round. It's a beast of a car, and this car handles really, really well. I mean, seriously well. And it's barely been set up. It's quite a neutral, not aggressive setup on the Geo. But if once we do that with the Geo, this will be, well, it already is a weapon, but it'll be an insane weapon. But it's a very capable car that I like to use for all conditions, whether it's kind of track, half mile stuff, top speed stuff, 0 to 60s, shows, everything really. So I've tried to make it a jack of all trades. It's got a turbo that is very, very big, obviously produces huge high-end power, but it's very spoolable on this built, effectively RS 1600 real street built block, built by the guys at Mark's Extreme Engines from Team Extreme in the UK, who are very renowned for drag racing. They've had Bentleys, GTRs, Supras that run like low 7 seconds in the UK. Leon Green's old Supra is now Gary Goodin's Supra. Is a beast. Low 7 second car, will be a hopefully a late to mid 6 second car when it comes back out, hopefully this season. And Mark is a very gifted engine builder, and he built that motor with the most godly internals you can think of. Basically, that is every single component is as high end as it gets on a cast block, so no billet block, but it's as strong as they can get. Effectively, it's probably built for genuinely 2000, 2100, 2200. You could take that, but it's kind of built for 1700 horsepower, kind of all day long. It's insane. I mean, beyond that really, but you know, we're tickling the sides. That was Remain at Racecal's words. Syvecs S6GP with lots of additional bolt-on parts and Syvecs extra parts, IO expander, you name it, every sensor, dual knock sensing, individual cylinder knock control. It's just everything it's got. It's just an awesome car. But I thought I'd kind of give you guys who haven't been following the channel for long maybe a synopsis of kind of what this car is all about and what is on the Supra basically. Any other questions about it? Because I could talk to you about it for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and we don't want the video to be that long. Anyway, that's kind of a, yeah, again, synopsis of kind of months coming ahead and this year ahead. If you've got any questions, as always, hit us up in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe. See you again in the next one. Bye for now.